much in a cautious manner. And that can be a very, very strong factor when it comes down to close games, that's for sure. So, first Lurker has appeared. He's got 2 friends, so 3 Lurkers already ready to go. They'll be burrowed. MistrZZZ doesn't have any observers out quite yet, so these Lurkers will be able to prevent the Protoss forces from advancing. There's the second forge. Observatory is up. Looks like we have looking for an observer now. No observers yet, so Lurker's being borrowed. MistrZZZ being forced back. Storm going down on a single Lurker, but Mondragon has cleverly just kept his Lurkers spread apart. MistrZZZ has a Dark Templar up at the 1 o'clock expansion going for Mondragon, so this Dark Templar, if unaccounted for, could do some damage here. Hopefully it takes out that drone. Double gas being put down. So if Mondragon secures this double gas, he's really going to have a lot of gas for Hive Tech when he eventually gets around to it. And if the game doesn't sort of erupt into a real pressure fest with fights going on everywhere, that Hive is going to be easy to achieve. In fact, yeah, we have got a Hive going down already, plus upgrades at the double evolution chamber. Another hatchery going down, so this economy is starting to pick up its pace, really, and MistrZZZ is still on 3 bases. Soon that Dark Templar is going to be taken out at the 1 o'clock, and Mondragon's going to have a number of bases. Yeah, that Dark Templar is still alive. It's killing Zerglings, but it's been taking some hits. It's only going to be a matter of time before, because since there's Overlord there, it's only going to be a matter of time before enough Zerglings show up to kill that Dark Templar. Looks like we've got a couple of Scourges ready to go too. The Scourges are just there. They're very wary, and they are just waiting for observers to come in range. Drones are now attacking the Dark Templar. It's really funny. The Dark Templar has killed drones in 1 hit, but when you've got enough drones, you may as well just use them to try and take out that Dark Templar as soon as you can. A whole lot of eggs being morphed. Really waiting for something serious to happen, because both players are just sort of standing off, content to stick at their own side of the map and wait for the units that they want before doing anything. And I think that favours Mondragon just because of the way he's played throughout the game so far. He's being more aggressive with expansions than MistrZZZ, so time is on Mondragon's side. But now we see MistrZZZ moving out towards the middle of the map with his large, very mixed Protoss army starting to be upgraded. He's got observers now, so he's just going to be able to roll over this force of Mondragon unless it's backed up quickly. A large group of zealots. When you've got a big Protoss force together like this, it's a very powerful combination. Those overlords out in the field have not been upgraded with speed, so they're going to be taken out fairly easily. Just a bit of a shame there. Mondragon might be losing a bit of supply. He's got a Lurker protecting any route into that 3 o'clock position. Sorry, that 4 or 5 o'clock position. So the Protoss forces now have arrived at the Zerg base, but they're not heading down the ramp for some reason. I guess he feels that it's a bad position for him to fight at, and fair enough. In StarCraft, you really want to pick your battle and pick your location if you have the means to do so, and MistrZZZ definitely has that choice. He's got a probe ready to scout just to see what MistrZZZ's got on the other side. Mondragon putting down an Ultralisk cavern, so if things continue as they are, Mondragon's going to have a large group of Ultralisks before long, and that's going to be tough for MistrZZZ to deal with. A massive fight attacking now, so Zerglings moving out to engage the Zealots. Oh my god, observer. Oh, the Scourges have actually taken out the observer, so MistrZZZ's temporarily lost all of his detection, and those Lurkers are going to be able to prevent the Protoss forces from advancing. So, excellent job there by Mondragon. It's really interesting that Zerg doesn't need that many units to deal with a large Protoss army if there's no detection, and he's hardly expending very many units at all fighting this attack off, and you've got a huge Protoss army and it just can't proceed because they lost his observers. I think it would have been better if MistrZZZ had a third observer nearby just to move in after he had lost the initial observers to the Scourge, and he could have been a bit more careful there. Scourge is just flying over top, and he's got observers now, and I'm just wondering why these Scourges are not actually attacking the observers right in the middle of the air. I guess it's because of the unit AI, Dragoons and so forth, automatically target the ground units rather than going straight for the Scourges in the air. But what he needs to do, I mean, both players are probably macroing very heavily at this point, just letting their units do their own thing and trying to macro manage, because this is a macro game if I ever saw one right now. But those Scourges have not attacked the observers, and the ground troops have not attacked the Scourges, so nothing's really happened in the way of that. Both players really just trying to pump out mass units for the next battle, which is going to be a more important one, given the fact that Ultralisks have now showed up. So wow, I've got to give it to Mondragon because not driving, but just been casting the driving game, commentating on the driving game. MistrZZZ has not managed to inflict any damage on Mondragon's economy as a result of that conflict there. He's not been able to push through to the 1 o'clock position and take that out. Therefore, Mondragon's got the upper hand, just producing more units. He's going to have a lot of Ultralisks and Zerglings, and that's a very deadly combination. He's consistently upgrading his units. In fact, both players are. I see that speed's been researched for overlords. This could mean drops, or just could mean better scouting, better detection against Dark Templars and whatnot. You may as well get it in a game like this. Huge number of Ultralisks and Ultralisk armor being researched. Those Ultralisks are gonna be trouble. They're gonna be trouble once they get backed up, and 4 gas vents going down with an absurd number of hatcheries. A large group of Zerglings heading across the top of the map. I think I know where they're headed. They're heading toward MistrZZZ's expansion at the 9 o'clock, which he got recently. Huge number of gateways just ready to be powered by that 9 o'clock expansion. So if the Zerglings can take it out, they'll be wasted effectively. Zerglings rushing in to attack the photon conters, but the probes are already ready to defend. Probes just going to have to return to work now that there's no threat anymore. So that attack's been put down. Mondragon basically testing the waters there, and he knows that he cannot do anything about the 9 o'clock just yet, but he doesn't need to. Look at that huge force of Ultralisks and Zerglings. Man, that is going to be rough when the next battle happens. Mondragon just content to wait to get as big a force as humanly possible. Oh man, Zerg in this situation is just really tough to deal with. I noticed that MistrZZZ doesn't have any Archons, and oh my god, an Overlord full up with 8 Zerglings is going to bypass that photon cannon line, and it's actually moving in past. This is very sneaky by Mondragon. It's going to happen just as the main battle occurs. So Zerglings ready to drop all over those probes. We've got the main battle attacking right now. MistrZZZ is attacking Mondragon directly, straight into his base. Meanwhile, the Zerglings are going, nothing MistrZZZ can do about that, and there's attack going down now, storms going off, Ultralisks swarming in, a massive battle line being formed between Ultralisks and Zealots. Several Ultralisks coming in support. A huge number of Ultralisks just attacking the Zealots. Storms going down everywhere, but the Ultralisks are just going to be able to roll over those Zerglings. The line is too thin, and those Ultralisks are just too tough. It's just going to be huge once they get past this, and those Dragoons are going to be dead meat. Man, Ultralisks just swarming in here. Things looking really bad for MistrZZZ at this point. He's lost his 9 o'clock, so he's not going to be able to power those gateways that he's invested in. And Mondragon has still got 4 gas. He's expanding at the 11 o'clock, and wow, that was a huge battle there with the Ultralisks just carving up. And how could they not? I mean, MistrZZZ's got nothing to say in answer to those Ultralisks. And they're able to just run across the map and cause damage. And MistrZZZ has surrendered. GG. Wow, that was an epic game, guys. We're going into Bluestorm now to watch the second game between MistrZZZ and Mondragon. This is the winners match between the guys in Group A. This was initially shoutcasted by Chill and Rage, but now I'm doing audio commentaries for this group. Thanks for watching, guys. Got game 2 coming up shortly.